we're going to start this off with some guild ethics.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Excuse
no.
me, I have to ban someone right quick. Just sit tight.
God.
I'm sorry, I
didn't know I had PTSD, but
Can we wrap it up in just like a sentence or two? Instead of
affirmative.
going on for an hour? Don't be toxic. Ta-da!
Everyone reserves the right to ban a shitbag.
except for when you do.
Except when you...
Except when I'm the shitbag. All right. Welcome everybody to the Oasis second ever dev discussion. We've got some things to go over, some updates, some tweaks, some new shit for you, things that Salty's been working hard on, some stuff Dom's been creating up. Slave, how's that electrical stuff coming? I've been meaning to ask you.
About
the lights. Yeah.
Lights, yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
They're there. I just need to make recipes. That's really all it is.
Boom. Easy peasy.
I was going to say, as far as I was aware, the lights are all done. It's just some extra stuff you wanted to work on, right?
Yeah. All right. So some things on my we're going to cover. We're looking at decreasing the T6 crafting level cost from 500 to 450. This will give you guys more time to play with higher gear at a lower time before a wipe. Something that we're only going to do on Oasis Classic, which is what I'm calling it now, Oasis Classic and Ultimate. Extended stay, obviously you guys are going to have more time to play with your T6s, so there's not going to be any change there. The new weapons in Infinity has already been implemented. Some of you guys have been playing with that. Salty, could you tell us a little bit more about the weapon affinity?
Yeah, sure. So I kind of wanted to make something that was sort of magic-based, but at the same time, for those of you who still like to shoot and run and gun, would still have some kind of a benefit from it. So you're going to notice, if you haven't already, you probably haven't played on the server at all. A new skill area for Elemental Affinity. You can only spec into one element, and that's the rhetoric I've been spinning since it opened, because there was a secret, and I will share it now. There is a way to have a second. If you haven't figured it out, there is a section for dual affinity. So, surprise, surprise. You need to find what's called a soul potion. You can only drink it once you have one of the elements already maxed, and you can only drink it once. Unless you take a forgetting elixir, in which case you would have to drink another one. But that allows you to spec into one of the other elements. However, if you did a little bit of reading, the Reaper, to unlock that, you need to be maxed in bio before you can sell that soul that you drink to the Reaper. I'm not going to tell you what the effect is, because I'm going to leave that a secret. I will just say it is most definitely worth it. But these effects will apply to every single weapon, whether it's gun, melee, doesn't matter. Every single weapon, vanilla modded, will have an elemental effect that you spec into.
Very cool. I guess I should be able to have discussion screens for questions. All right. So we got some holidays coming up. We've got some custom holiday zombies that you guys will see at a specific time. So be on lookout for when that event starts, either through the dev teasers or the announcements. If you don't see them there, you'll probably see them in game. I'm already working on something for Easter. I've got ideas for Christmas. Trying to do some more for entertainment purposes throughout the year. We do have some new ideas for donor items, especially with the D&D server making a leaps and fucking bounds over here, thanks to Salty. He's been allowing me to take some sneak peeks at some of the stuff that he's been working on, and goddamn, there is when he said that we're building this D&D server from the ground up, he wasn't fucking kidding. He went out and bought a piece of land. It was just a bunch of fucking rocks, right? Had the dirt imported from the ground up. It's ridiculous. We'll go over that in just a little bit. We do have some prefabs. In my notes, I have prefabs are now in stock. Like, we have a limited supply or some shit. The rules for purchase information is on the store page if you guys haven't seen or read any of that. We are still talking about how to save player prefabs, which is still a hot topic. But until we can get the host server to give us access to the directory that we need, player prefabs are not going to be doable at this time. We are keeping our eyes and ears open to anything related to player prefabs, as it is our intention to implement this feature for the player base if it ever becomes accessible.
Something that's been discussed is that a lot of our prefabs are huge. So Sassy and I are going to start working on some smaller ones made for like 1 to 3 people, just as an update.
Yes, I've noticed a lot of yours are mountainside capturing.
Yeah. Go big or go home.
Very, very big prefabs. But they look great. If you haven't seen them, there's plenty of pictures and stuff that you guys can check out on the store page. Let's see. I am looking at making some more items. In my notes here, I put more stupid weapons to find or craft with silly effects. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about the baseball bat. I am looking at redoing the ringleader since somebody really uses that. It is not a common item that people like to play with, but we're looking at doing a few more. We're going to put in some more, just some silly bullshit to play around with. D&D server. Let's get into that. The UI for the D&D server was extremely overhauled. Salty, how much time did you put into just doing the UI?
A lot.
It's not even done.
I know, but so far.
16 hours, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less.
Oh, is the UI going to be just for that server or for all of our servers?
No. So, yeah, I already redid the UI for the normal Oasis servers. They obviously aren't live yet. They'll go live on the next, I guess on the next wipe.
On the first.
So on the first, except for extended, of course, which is going to skip the first, this upcoming one. I could implement it right away. The issue is, as if you give me a second, you'll see. I'm actually saving these images right now to
I
share.
threw it in there.
Oh, you already threw that one in there? Oh, okay, well then I don't have to. Shit. So you should see the UI one. If I can find where the hell I am.
Check out dev discussions. The pictures
Oh,
and
shoot.
some of the updates are going to be in there.
Yeah. It looks a little weird with all the fucking watermarks all over it, but
Well, we can't have people
we can't.
taking our shit.
Sure. Yeah. So that's going to be for the D&D server. As you can see, there's weapon level displays, there's stat displays. You're going to see a very similar UI, as in it's going to be pretty much identical, except you're not going to see stats or weapon levels. And the top will probably be a little bit more stretched out and pushed up, since there's going to be more room. I guess since we're looking at it, I'll just speak to that. So there are going to be stats that you can spec into that'll have an effect on your weapons. There are also going to be requirements to use certain items from your class. So like, let's say you're using a battle axe. You're going to need to have a certain strength stat in order to even swing it. There's going to be stats that improve as you use them. So running is going to be one of them. The more you run, the more your stamina is going to increase, which is going to increase your maximum stamina, reduce stamina consumption, increase your movement speed. Same thing's going to apply to mining, salvaging, harvesting, and then the weapon levels themselves. The more you use a particular type of weapon, so whether it's the warrior class's battle axe or the thief's blades or something like that, they're going to naturally go up. And of course, this is going to translate to more damage and whatnot. Can you throw up
But you have a progression system based on activity of a certain thing versus having to put skill points into it.
Right. Yeah, there you go. So there's what the progression tree kind of looks like so far. So you're going to have all your different stat points, which can go up to level 50, and you can spec into any one of those at any time from the moment you start. The moment you spawn in, you can just put all your points into one thing. Wouldn't recommend it, but you could do it. Once you hit a certain level and you've maxed out a certain stat, you get the limit break ones, which you can spec into an extra 50, which translate to about 200% more damage if you max out a complete stat. So if you're 100 points in a strength, that's like 200% more damage with whatever strength-based weapon. So warhammers, battle axes, stuff like that. And then you can also see all the classes in the different tabs up there, which are kind of secret right now. Any questions on that before I move on? You can post the other one, Michaela.
I already did.
Oh, okay. So there's just a sneak peek of all the different types of weapons and tiers so far. So right now there's about 6 plans for about 9 weapons for each class, and that doesn't include like super special secret ones or anything like that.
Or end game gear.
Yeah, and there exactly. And then there's also about as much armor that you don't see on there that's custom made as well.
And no guns.
Yeah, reiterating that again. Guns just don't exist. You're not going to find guns. You're not going to find ammo. I mean, you'll find arrows, I guess, but you won't find bullets.
Old school Knights of the Round era.
Lightning arrows? Yeah, that actually is one of them.
Hey, Ion, shut up.
Yes, there are already lightning arrows. They're literally just bolts of lightning.
Yeah, because we're gonna have because D&D is still gonna include magic. You're still gonna have all of the fun lightning, fire. I don't know what you call it, sewage. I don't know, toxic, I guess. Still going to be a lot of different combinations of things that you guys can use and utilize. A lot of different zombies that we're going to be putting up specifically for the D&D server. Dom's got a bunch of shit that he's working on.
Like new zombies.
New zombies, yes.
Pretty much going to come up with as many of the fantasy trope zombies into not zombies.
You're gonna eat. Okay, so to cap on that, right? We can't put in
Custom anything.
No. So like I'm thinking of like goats. Like you can't put like a goat man or a troll or like this isn't WoW, right? We still have to work with the assets that we have that are currently in the game. So have an imagination. Bear with us with design. Pay attention to the name. Kind of see where we're going with it. Yeah, Shrek. I don't know if we're gonna. We have to work with the assets we've got, and there's a lot of things we can and can't do with our current assets.
But like wizard zombies, easy. I mean, you can make a zombie that looks like a fucking wizard that shoots magic at you, and they will. You use magic, they use magic. Easy peasy. A couple of points that Michaela wanted to point out, actually. So I have mentioned to these guys already, and I'll tell all of you the same thing. Because of the amount of stupid hours that have been put into making the D&D server, we're coming very quickly to a point where we might be able to do some live testing. It's only going to be open to a small group at first, just because I don't need the extreme chaos of, this is bugged. Yeah, I know it's bugged. I expect it to be bugged. It's built from the ground up, literally. But expect that sometime, probably, I would say, in the next month at this rate. So sometime in April, maybe, I'll open up a server for it. And then once we have a solid base, we'll open up to basically everybody else. And then from then on, it'll be like DLCs, basically. Just keep injecting new mods, new additions, expansions. And I think that's probably how we're going to go forward with that. Right now, Sassy and Michaela are working on this extremely large castle, and it's gorgeous. But I think what we're going to do is, for the D&D server specifically, we're going to make it into the lobby. And once you guys see it, you'll kind of understand why I want to make it the lobby, because there's also like room in the courtyard and just outside of it to have stalls or little shops that I think what we're going to do is rent out to the players. That way players can put in their own vending machines and whatnot right there at lobby, kind of like player shops. So I like that idea. I think that's a good way to handle that.
We are also taking out teleports for the D&D server.
Yes, and what he means by that is we're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to set your own teleports. There's going to be teleport locations. You walk into, it takes you to a certain area, and vice versa. That's probably the best way to handle it because of the next thing we're going to talk about, which is the dungeons. So I think initially what we're going to do is we're going to have maybe 4 to 5 dungeons that are stationary. Everyone's going to know the location of them. They are going to be level restricted. So you're not going to be able to go into the level 50 dungeon or the 50 to 100 dungeon if you're level 49. Or if you're over that too, because you don't need to just walk through your buddy or whoever else. It needs to be challenging for them too. And as we pointed out in the last discussion, they're not going to be easy. You're not going to be able to do them by yourself. That's going to be intentional. You need to work as a team and clear out these dungeons. And if you don't do it in a certain time, it's going to reset. So even if you tried to like slowly do it by yourself, you're just not going to have the time to do it.
You don't have friends, you better start making them now.
Just LFG. We will eventually have the hidden dungeons that have more secret-y, special type items. Not necessarily endgame items at the end, but special items you wouldn't find anywhere else, or parts to make special items. We'll still have an endgame dungeon for those who make it to like level 400 or so that want some crazy endgame gear or try to grind for it, because I think we all like that aspect. Don't particularly have anything else to say on the dungeons that hasn't already been said before.
Okay. As usual, I am still currently making adjustments and tweaks to weapon damage. Dom is making adjustments to zombie damage, the exchange rates for certain things. I know the treasure tokens it's an ongoing battle. The more stuff that we add, the way that the things change, how much gear gives you resistance versus what the zombies can do. But then that offsets all your low level stuff to where it's not effective towards higher end zombies. So we kind of balance out lower level stuff, and I think that's why I'm going to enjoy the D&D server so much, is because there are certain areas that are restrictive to where it's not going to be overbearing every time you enter a dungeon. It's going to be for your level. Outside in the wild, that's where the adjustments and everything need to take place. exchange rates. Some of you guys are. Has anybody acquired the Thor hammer yet? Anybody? Have we noticed anybody? Yes, Ion, you have to make friends. I don't even know if anybody's ground out enough treasure tokens for the Thor's hammer. So I need to either look at either making the treasure tokens more accessible or lowering the cost. There's always changes and things to be made. So if you guys are finding out that before the month is over, you're not able to acquire enough treasure tokens, I need to know. Throw that into the suggestions. And if I get enough of them, I can't just do it off of one person. It's like, no, I don't have enough. Well, maybe you're not playing long enough. I got to get a good census of a good balance for the entire game. Everything's not going to be easy. Not everything's going to be super difficult. Unless you're on ultimate, then fuck you.
Have you said since our wipe that you now get them from quests?
Yes. But if you haven't heard, doing quests from the traders now will grant you treasure tokens. It is automatic. You don't have to pick it. You just automatically get treasure tokens. Depending on the level of difficulty that the quest is, increases the amount of tokens that you'll get. Level 5s obviously will give you the highest. There was that one issue where we had Jin not going past level 3 from the one stop. I don't know.
It's because she spawned in.
That's what I figured.
When it boils it down, it's because she spawned in.
Okay.
The extra traders, while nice, they really should just be used for selling things. Get your quests from the regular traders.
Yeah.
We didn't want an unattended gas station. Someone had to be there taking your money. But
They
there's
want more tokens, but to keep the same cost.
I see that. It's always a balance. Everything has to be balanced, and that's part of your suggestions, right? So I can roll through some of these and look at them.
Oh, here you go, Gold Bond.
Mm.
I rolled through them earlier. If that helps you. Sort through the chaos.
Enter the trader at night. No. Birthday party zombies. Okay.
If
More
you
graphical decor.
if you want to talk about them, I was sending them to you for note points.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Elemental bears, tyrant bears, and boss bears. I mean,
Would you play on PRG?
yeah. they're
There's a wonderful mod pack that you can find on Nexus or 7 Days to Die mods that has those. I don't particularly like them. I don't think any of us particularly like them. They're cool. They look cool. That's just a lot of graphical shit that the game has to load. Every time there's a bear made of electricity, 15 of them across the map, shit like that. We'll look into doing stuff like that, but I don't know. I wouldn't hold their breath on it.
if it's going to be anything, it's going to be something that we spawn during Horde nights or something that a dungeon would create. But it's not something we're just going to have run wild. Big Hulk type, flaming burned victim, radiation from the edge of the world type. Okay.
One of the major complaints that we got with zombies is people didn't want the screen effects. The screen effects were too much of a burden and too much of a problem for a lot of people.
Hurt my eyeballs.
Yeah, so we've stuck away from them for the most part.
I mean, by all means, we could make zombies that when they hit you, they give you a fucking seizure in real life. But I don't think that's really.
That's a whole other disclaimer we got to put on the front screen. And
no, I think the warning's in the game itself. So
cabinet, toilet, book, dumpster zombies. I'll pass that off to Dom and let him know that we're looking for more weird zombies.
Yes, I want to walk into a POI and the toilet turn and then attack me.
I mean, I could put a toilet on a zombie. No problem.
I know.
Nothing like seeing a random running toilet out in the wild.
I mean, we do have those bags.
We do have the loot bag.
I love the bag.
Still. Yeah.
But I did just post a screenshot of the one of the zombies I'm currently working on.
Oh, let me go back and
Have discussions.
Oh yes, I've seen that. Yes. Ugh.
The thing of nightmares. Yeah, more mimics. I think everyone likes the mimics.
Unless you're alone, then you don't like the mimics.
Donor clothing style.
Dungeon. Yeah.
People like the random mimics. They don't like the dogs.
Well, you know.
They ask for more variety in the donor.
Well, they don't like the dogs because the dogs don't let them ever stand up.
Yeah.
What is this? Sid's room in Toy Story? We're just gonna start mashing a bunch of weird shit together?
Sure.
All right, fine.
Why not?
We got donor clothing style. Yeah, that's not going to change. We've got a set, and to make a new set just for extra donors, changeability in the wardrobe. It's just put it on. Just put what you get on.
7 Days to Die, not a fashion show.
Mixed reviews on upping the difficulty of Oasis Extended Stay.
There was one in there. It had like 7 up votes, 7 down votes.
Because it's currently consistent with Oasis Classic, which is at a 3, Ultimate's at a 5. I could see Oasis Extended Stay possibly
4.
going to a 4, just because you have the extra time to acquire, better gear, produce bullets and shit like that. So I could see it going up to a 4, or we start limiting the amount of things that you get out of containers, and just to make it more difficult in that way.
My stance on it is this: once we actually see numbers going up on the Ultimate Edition, then we can talk about adding another hard server.
That's valid.
Fortunately, not a lot of people like that much challenge.
Well, we have Oasis Classic for the easy peasy. So we have Oasis and Oasis Extended Stay. Sharks, Catfish, Hellhound, Oliver have all been nerfed to be no tougher than a mountain lion or bear. Not a lightning bear, just a regular bear.
That's except Ultimate, correct?
Correct.
Just
Ultimate
Oasis
still
and
has
Extended Stay.
the crazy ones.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. The Extended Stay has not been touched. Or not the Extended Stay, the Ultimate has not been touched for Oliver and all them.
Okay.
Saying both the notes.
Yep, just Oasis and Extended Stay for that one. Entering the trader at night, no. We already have an issue with Horde nights of people camping out in places that are T-protected. And we are taking care of that, so don't expect to be sitting in places during Horde nights.
I believe that change is already in.
Mm-hmm.
It was just in the suggestions tab.
Yeah.
Birthday party zombies that explode into confetti and drop key lime pie or other birthday-related items.
I believe this was Courtney's idea.
Everybody loves when they explode into confetti.
Except for when you're in a group, apparently.
I
Except
personally
for when
don't
you're in a
like
group.
when they explode into confetti because then I can't harvest them. Makes me sad.
Up the ammo cap for turrets and omni turrets.
Back on the
Bad.
exploding zombie, I believe we actually tried that to where a zombie would explode just naturally on death. And
Yeah,
I
it's
think it has to be triggered by the buff.
yeah, I have an idea of how to get it to work now. But
Ooh.
yeah, we did test it before. We couldn't get it to. But I think I have an idea of how it could work now.
Well, there we go.
It's just an idea. It's not
Yeah.
proven, so no promises.
What is the ammo cap for turrets currently?
I mean, technically, it's whatever the stack amount is. For,
I was gonna say it's a stack, isn't it?
6 stacks, 1,500.
No, it's 3 stacks. So
Wait,
technically, we
what's it?
could. I believe it's 3 stacks for a turret.
3 stacks. And that's how many rounds in total? Was it 500 per
1,500.
stack? So yeah, so 1,500. Are we trying to? All right, I don't know how you guys are doing math right now. What is this right here?
Well, which is it, damn it?
1,500, 3,000, 6 stacks, 3 stacks, tree 50.
I was gonna say.
Think about tree 50.
I was gonna say. Go on. Go on. It's Dan and Master Shakes over mine because I'm not used to turret.
What is the purpose of the turrets that you guys are using them for right now? Are they to defend your base? Are they to wand off defense? Yeah, of your personal base, or during Horde night, or were you hiding?
Make a horde base.
Well, okay. So here's the thing, right? You want to make a horde base, and you've got 1 million rounds of ammo and 15 to 30 different turrets, right? How much fun are you gonna have at Horde night if everything's just being killed?
I'm gonna have a lot.
You should be running around like Upham with all of his ammo and refilling certain places. That should be a chore. If we just, I mean, why don't we just give you, Death Star laser beams and you won't ever have to do anything ever again?
Just lower the fire rate of the turrets. Then it'll last the whole horde night.
No, I like the idea of this Death Star. Tell me more.
Yes.
A question I was asked, is there a way to add explosions to a melee item?
Question you were asked, huh?
That was asked.
Oh,
Dev
I was
discussions.
like, better not be DM and staff. I'm tired of that shit.
I'll look into the turret thing because 1,500 for a few hours does sound a little low, but I'm not going to increase it to something like 20,000, if that's what you're thinking.
Speaking of turrets, so we don't have the Omni turrets currently in. I made them back on PRG. I have no problem putting them in. But that said, I have ideas for other turrets, which is magic-related turrets. So you get a fire turret, you shoot it, boom, fucking shit catches on fire. Same with lightning. Same with everything else. Very possible, very easy to do, I think, now that I have everything worked out.
Plus, you've got
Um,
traps you can put in. So before the zombies even get to you, they're going through traps, and then they get shot. So they
Oh man, if you haven't messed with the new traps, you are doing something wrong because they are broken.
Yeah, don't sleep on the new traps that Slave worked on.
There's a whole drawbridge that fucking lights them up.
Slave, I want the drawbridge to when it detects something on it, it flings them into space. Can you do that?
Oh yeah, that's
Like a catapult bridge?
completely in my
Oh my
ballpark.
god, actually we could. I hate you guys for I gotta write that down now.
Catapult bridge.
Somebody write that down. That's
Got it.
very possible. That is very, very possible.
Catapult bridge. Eh.
Catch
There you go.
players.
There you go. Compromise. We're not going to give you an upgraded turret, but we'll give you catapult bridges.
Which
Catch
doesn't
players
require ammo, and
catapulting.
it'll kill them every time.
It's like we're
They
gonna
might
catch
land back in your
players.
base dead, but they'll come back. You know,
We're gonna catch players catapulting zombies into other players' bases.
That I'd love to see.
Can they have more than one player profile?
I don't care.
What do you mean? Like, so there's Master Shake and then
Master
the
Shake too?
Master of Shakes, but it's the same person, the same you?
You should be able to change. Like, are you wanting more skins to be available, or just to be able to change yours? Because you should be able to change yours whenever you wish.
If we're talking about archetypes, that's kind of going away, isn't it, Dom? Aren't they moving away from that?
7 Days to Die
Especially-
itself is moving away from that type of
Especially
profile
for
zombies.
Alpha 21, right?
Yeah, they're from everything. It looks like they're getting rid of the Uma skin for humans and going to move on to their own thing.
So everything that you guys used to see, like you could be a Reaper, or you could be just like a pair of floating eyes or something. That is being moved away from. The Fun Pimps themselves in Alpha 21 have a whole system for player stuff. They were going to put that in Alpha 20, but due to the complexity of the blocks and everything else changing, they decided to push that off to Alpha 21. I remember reading something about it. I didn't go too far into Alpha 21 because we're not doing that yet. So I didn't really care to read that far ahead. But from my understanding, player-related appearance is something that they're overhauling.
So back on PRG, like the Reaper,
In 21.
the what is the rocket guy? I can't remember his name right now.
The Juggernaut.
Yeah, the
They're,
Juggernaut. A lot of those zombies were made based on the
Archetypes. They're archetypes.
yeah, they are archetypes that are added to a player-like skin for the zombies, and they are moving away from that because a lot of it is laggier than normal zombies, and they're moving away from that for the player's skin in general. So that's why I have the clown as one of those zombies, but that's just because I wanted to make a clown. And
We were actually going to make that an archetype because the fucking circus that we were all in over at PRG, we wanted to be. Oh, is it still?
Yeah, you can go to your profile right now from the main menu and change yourself to a clown if you've logged into our servers. Straight up, you look like a clown.
but the clown is the only one that is available because
I know what I'm doing.
I don't know. I don't know if we're going to add any more of those types because trying to focus on zombies that are going to be still around for Alpha 21.
Yes, I'm pretty sure Alpha 21's the skin overhaul for players and stuff like that. Let's see what else we got in here.
And I believe Alpha 21 is also going to be gold, so or at least that's their current plan.
I love gold. More craftable decor items. Okay.
Gonna have to be specific because Dominic already has like an ass load of them available.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want something that you don't already currently have access to, throw them up in suggestions.
Looks
Regurgitate
like,
them in there.
medical type decor.
Oh, like the pill shelves and stuff. Right. I remember seeing
Okay.
that.
Well, if we can get them, are they in suggestions already?
Yes. Everything you see in that list that I sent you was from suggestions.
Yeah, but all I'm reading is more craftable decor items. I don't see the list of things.
Bending types, medical types, pill shelf, etc., etc.
Okay,
Horde
so we
is
have a
saying
list.
she found most of them.
Okay.
I was going to say, I believe I added a lot of those. So
More block upgrades. So
they
you guys
want
want
years after.
more
Which we've
than
discussed that
steel.
before. Once they put out the next alpha version, I'll feel more comfortable doing that. Because right now they could easily just be like, "Oh, here's 0.4, and we change the blocks again," and you're like, "Well, fuck." So once the next one happens, as we said before, we'll start making better blocks. So titanium-esque type things again.
Craftable blood packs.
we're going to teach Addie to write code just because she needs to be the one that writes that since she wants it just as much.
Craftable blood
It
packs
was
are
great, dude.
currently in.
Oh, are they in?
Are they?
I thought they were too.
I'm looking right at it. Takes 1 rotten flesh, 1 bucket, and 10 scrap polymers.
Oh,
And
there
that
you
is at
go.
the chemistry station.
I think we were thinking more along the lines of the bloodletting kit. That was like, man, think back to like 2018 and earlier.
Oh, it takes your
Alpha
health and
14.
gives you back a blood bag. Yeah, I got you.
Does damage, gives you a chance of infection.
What kind
Look.
of fucking needle are you using?
Craftable
Like clear
blood packs.
hunger.
Craftable
The
blood
apocalypse sign.
packs. Those are in there. All right.
It's like a fucking Kmart bathroom just drop box.
We don't have Kmart's anymore. Only you do.
What
That's
the hell
true.
is
I
a
got the last one in the world. Yeah.
what the hell is a near death elixir?
God,
Get rid of.
Who the fuck put that in here?
I don't know. It's in there though. Actually, I think it was what's her face? She's not here no more.
Who the
I
hell's
can't
bringing
think of her
names
name.
from other shit everywhere else? I need an actual description of what that does.
What is her name? Oh
Ashlyn?
my god.
Courtney?
Yeah,
Courtney,
thank you,
careful.
Ashlyn. I could not think of her name.
Oh,
yeah, it was in PRG. That's
It
why
was,
he's
yeah.
being facetious about it.
yeah. I'm just being facetious. There you go.
And then purr.
What if we had an elixir that cleared out red?
What, did it make you blue instead?
No, those
I'm
are
blue,
stiffing
that
pills.
would eat every day.
Those are the blue pills. I suppose we could add something that clears out your excessive
Experience
death.
deficit.
Yeah, your excessive death experience.
Just don't die.
You could also try that. Yeah.
No. 100% of people
You know what?
have never died have never experienced what you guys are experiencing.
I think that's going to be another treasure token item.
Or keep it slave.
It's just, a certain amount of tokens is going to grant you a certain amount of XP. So if you need to go remove your death, then you can just go buy some red removers.
Experience deficit. We're not removing deaths via drink because that's
Red removers? What did I say?
actually no. I guess that would be possible. I'm not gonna do it, but that would be possible. Weirdly
Another
enough.
question that was asked is the long-term server, aka ES, popular enough to remain more than one wipe?
Yes, it's the most popular one right now.
Yeah.
Period. It's by far the most popular one, which is kind of surprising, but at the same time, it's not because y'all don't know what you want.
I don't know. We'll see next month.
Because I know when we put it out before, you guys were like, "Yeah, monthly wipes. That sounds amazing." Yeah, and y'all moved over to the one that takes like every other month. So it's fine. I get it. I'm never happy either. I've never been happy. In fact, don't tell Addie that.
Fuck you. Pain and suffering, lies and slander.
Duke Stack Storage. I keep seeing this one over and over again. Duke Stacks. Do you guys have too many Dukes? Is that the problem?
Yes.
Courtney said no. I don't. Don't take away her dukes.
Be very careful how you answer this next part.
All right, so you can say 3 people have too many Dukes, and I'll let you guys know since I've already corrected it. There was an item that was put in
My bad.
that did not have an economic value. So when you sold it, it was giving you the maximum amount of Dukes per item, and if you sold, I don't know,
3
like
stacks?
no, it was just 84. If you sold 84 of them, it would give you 1,000,000 Dukes.
Oh, good.
So those people that have been exploiting that are no longer able to do so. So the 3 people that have too many Dukes now will not have that opportunity come next wipe. But if
I think that was actually resolved before we wiped this last time.
I believe it was.
oh, fantastic.
Duke
Stack Storage but again, how many fucking Dukes do you have that you need extra quantum storage for? Give your Dukes to Courtney. She'll be your storage.
Can't remember who suggested it. Smoking.
I'll look into it, but with the it'll probably just only be for extended stay. It's not going to be for classic because it's going to wipe every month. There's no reason why you guys should have billions of Dukes just laying around. Either that, or I need to put in some more items that cost a shit ton of money.
I mean, you guys can also just make another storage chest too. That's fine.
Crazy.
Nobody's gonna stop you from doing that.
Well, hang on now. 15 storage items, 15 bird's nests. I mean, we're going to start limiting people. You could also throw them into the lake or a hole, or just drop them in a.
We need to make gambling. That's what we need to do.
Another question. Has it been changed to where the ore is placeable and harvestable on direct ground rather than plots?
Was that never a thing? That
That's
should be a
always.
thing.
It was just. I just used it for the picture to make it look like that. As long as you place it on dirt, you can do it. You just can't place it on cement.
That should be like any
And,
other.
It's got
So
a
so answer that
fertility.
is yes. The answer to that
Yeah.
is yes.
The
Yes.
fertility level on it is 1. So don't put it on cement. Put it on dirt. You'll be all right.
That has been fixed. You can now place them anywhere on dirt.
The follow-up question to that was, are we still counting them as part of the plot number?
As what, normal farm plot?
Well,
No, they're
he-
limited to 30,
Well-
just like anything else.
Yeah. I mean, for the
Got it.
people that use them, how do you guys feel? Because I made it to where they don't give like a dumb amount, but they give a decent amount, and you have a chance of getting gems and stuff. But does anyone actually like use them for coal or whatever you're using them for?
The person that asked the question isn't here.
Oh. Well.
I'm just answering the questions.
Who is it,
I think
Phantom?
this guy asked it.
An event around designing a new lobby for Oasis. What the fuck's wrong with my lobby?
I don't know, ask Dan.
What's wrong with my lobby, Dan?
We're not using your lobby currently.
Oh, well, that's fine then too.
If you keep it up, I'll get Angel to come split it in half again.
Tell you what, I'll hop in and I'll put a line of dirt down it for free 99.
So yeah, we're
Okay.
currently using.
How
a-
about I just take the old future out and you could just sell your dukes for more dukes? Does that work for everybody?
I don't know. I think we should just. I think we should not allow them to sell anything ever.
Can I
And that'll
sell
limit the
my
amount of dukes.
officer gear for Dukes?
Okay, but only if you can't drop anything ever again.
Okay.
For anybody that doesn't know, these are all problems that PRG is currently or has gone through.
Imagine.
Sellable dukes for more dukes.
Swear to God, if you ever
At an
try to sell
increased
your
rate.
mod
500 in
gear.
like 2 minutes.
At an increased rate, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to buy the mod gear and
Had-
get banned for having it in your inventory.
Had
Oh, yeah, that's-
So
officers.
guys,
Had
guys.
admins. What?
We're losing track.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. All right.
But when I hear selling my admin gear to traders for Dukes, I can't help myself but talk about it.
The next
Be it on
question
flashbacks,
was
exactly.
eating fruit fruit
whoa.
to get seeds a thing yet? Question
Hey.
mark. What?
No, it is not a thing.
Event
I know
an
that.
event around designing a new lobby. So players are wanting some sort of building event to where shit looks pretty, and then we save it and use it later. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's too easy. We could do a monthly rotation. Player created lobby, and then on the next wipe, we get to use their lobby in for the next month, and then whoever makes the next best voted one gets it for the next month. We can just rotate lobbies.
Let's do the same thing for a Horde base.
There you go.
Okay.
That said, you guys need to make this in the prefab editor.
It would be best to make them in the prefab editor, but
That'd be so much better. It'd be easier on you too, because you have unlimited resources. So why not?
And,
that brings us back to a discussion that we've had previously, which is
About
the
player
file
prefabs.
sharing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't mind heading that one up and having people send me files. I'll scan them and load it up on my own personal shit. Make sure nothing's out of whack or virusy. Don't you send me no fucking viruses? I'll find you.
So I think the easiest way for us to do this is for you to build your lobby or Horde base, take a bunch of pictures of it, send them in. I'll make a channel for that later. And then if you win, that's when you send your files to Gold Bond. That way you don't have too much going on. Does that work?
Good with me?
Okay. Concern, Shake.
I don't think his answer is going to change, Shake.
Addy, it's always Halloween.
Yeah,
know.
I
I totally love Halloween, so I get it. So going back to the eating fruit to get seeds thing, is that going to be a thing?
No, we've answered that several times now. It's meant to be a rare thing.
Okay. I'm just putting this in my list for my notes for that discussion.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the notes that I currently see for suggestions from the list that you sent me.
There's a few more in there, but we mostly already talked about a lot of them, and some of them are just Discord related, so I got those. Those are simple things like Ion wanting sad cat emojis.
Mhm.
If you find them, you can send them to me, and I'll put them in.
All right, Shake. Thanks for stopping by.
Dan brought
Bye
up
for joining.
Dan brought up a good idea of having a archived suggestion channel that would be locked, where people could at least see different things that have either been implemented from suggestions or denied.
I can do that easy. I can actually make it send them there.
I thought just once the suggestion was deleted, it's been taken care of.
Yeah, but then
Typically,
people can't see them to see if
they put the same
that's-
thing over
That's
and
why
over.
we have these discussions, so that people know what's been changed.
I mean, they're gonna keep putting the same thing over and over and over. The number of times I've seen people be like, "Hey, the Forge has this bug where these items show up," and I'm like, "It's at the very top of the bug reports and it's pinned, but it still comes up because people don't check stuff." So, I mean, it's not gonna hurt to have that channel with the old suggestions, but I don't know. I don't personally think it's gonna make a difference. I think people are still just not gonna read.
You only bold and underline and italicize things.
There's that too. Yeah, I put out announcements that bolds, underlines, italicize the important things, and people still don't read it.
But yeah, as far as the events for Horde and Lobby, I would say definitely specify in the event description that they should use the prefab editor.
Did you put in the course that you made, DG?
Sorry, what?
Did you put in the course that you made?
What course?
The parkour one?
No, not yet. It's I think I have the files. They just need to go on if they're not already on there, and then we just spawn it in somewhere.
Okay.
That's the first time I want it ran is just going to be an event, and then after that, people can fuck around on it.
Okay. Yeah, so parkour course incoming, and Sassy and I are getting ready to start working on an obstacle course.
Also, speaking on the events, I just want to give a big shout out to Sassy for doing all of the events recently and kicking ass.
She's awesome. She's been doing a good job. And she's been staying up at all hours of the night helping me with all kinds of builds. She's great. Good job, Sassy.
Something in common errors.
Yeah,
No, I mean, Slave's kind of got a good point though. So we originally made the common errors when we first started the guild, having just come from PRG. Those errors really don't happen that often. They are actually kind of uncommon now. The ones that we anticipated having. So I don't know if I would consider them common anymore.
Like uncommon things would be like giant holes to the void, or water shooting up from the ground. 40 pillars high. That kind of thing. I mean, you can just go look over in PRG and see what's happening. All that shit's uncommon.
All right.
I'm gonna go. I gotta go take my boy out to do some fireworks at the carnival over here. But I think we covered everything pretty much that we were going to talk about. Keep putting those suggestions in there. Let me know all the balance tweaks and things that need to be fixed throughout each of the servers. Be on the lookout for some of the events that we're coming up with, and hope you guys are having fun.
Oh, I guess with Gold leaving, if anyone has any more questions, go ahead and throw them in the discussion channel.
I'll answer those right quick. Oh, I don't know if you answered the exploding thing for the melee weapons.
Exploding thing for the melee weapons.
Add an explosion to melee weapons.
Sorry, what?
I don't know if it's
When
possible
you
to
whack 'em?
add an explosion effect when you swing a weapon. I think.
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. Probably in some way, shape, or form, but I wouldn't know off the top of my head.
I mean,
Oh, you want to just be able to knock them out of the park? We can do that. I don't necessarily have to explode for that.
Yeah, I mean the Thor's hammer has a knockback effect to it.
It does, and I actually had to scale it back when I first made it because they were getting launched to the fucking moon, or they'd get launched so hard they'd shoot through the map, like through the bottom of it.
No, I heard it too. Who's drinking something?
Oh, it's me. Yeah, that's me. Just a reminder, everyone stay hydrated. Any other questions about anything? Current server, way ahead, new mods, D&D stuff. Yeah, there's plenty of event planning going on.
You
I know
have
Sassy's
event
always
ideas?
doing it. I know Goldbond's got his Easter idea. Oh, Sassy's typing. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Sassy and I have lots of ideas that will be implemented for events. The problem right now is that we have too many and not enough time.
Other questions?
I don't think there are any other ones.
Okay.
If you missed our event last night, it was pretty fun. I'll post some pictures really quickly if anybody wants to see them.
beef churger chimgin nuggets.
That's Dan.
Dan.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you really should.
I feel like I have a seizure every time I try to read it.
Right? Oh, and yeah, Reina won.
On anything outside of Twitter, Facebook, staff.
So, yeah. I believe our email was too new when I tried to originally create our Facebook account, so I can try that again. Facebook was literally like, nah. So yeah, I'll try again.
We are also advertising on the main 7 Days to Die Discord.
I mean, we've
I'm
done it once.
also advertising us on Steam in the discussions of 7 Days to Die and in the actual server.
Yeah, I actually took out a newspaper ad.
Oh yeah,
I'm obviously not being serious.
You should do one in Guam.
yeah.
You, yes, Paul, you. Do you like 7 days? Like, what the
Add
hell?
on a shirt and throw it on one of the chickens there. Here you
This is
go.
Oasis. Their Discord link.
But yeah, definitely need to get Facebook some advertisement for our server.
Yeah, I'll do that today.
We got to start doing the daily advertising on the 7 Day Discord too, since they allow it every day.
Yeah, I gotta
We've
do
done
that.
it once.
I've done it a couple times.
Oh, okay.
You can also go in here and you can say some awesome stuff like, they're awesome, love the server, yada yada yada. And it can be bumped every 24 hours, which means that if no one posts in it for 24 hours, I can literally just say the word bump in there and it'll post it to the top of discussions. But the more you say awesome things about it,
I saw your comment on the vote page.
heck yeah.
Don't forget there's a competition for the vote. So vote, 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 vote.
Oh yeah, there is. You get to take anything you want into the next swipe.
Yeah, except for admin and donor stuff.
Oh, I just Dominic thinks. Don't spam it too fast, though. They'll take it down.
And one of these days, I'll convince Gold to make a little movie of different mods and stuff to make it easier to advertise.
I can do that for you, Dom.
I mean, if you want to do it. I forgot that you have video editing.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
It's like I went to college for graphic design or something. I don't know.
So Destro just messaged me asking about new donor weapons. Yes. The one that comes to mind immediately is I'm working on a staff or a series of staffs that for magic, basically. That way the donors have a magic item weapon they can pick from as well. So that's one of them. Obviously, the D&D server is going to have a shitload of new ones for all occasions. Again, never going to be endgame stuff or closed endgame stuff. It's more like mid to upper mid, but yes, there are more on the way.
Also, if for donors that haven't tried out any of the other weapons, there is a effect on every single weapon this way.
That is a good point, yeah. So I changed it for this wipe, where every single donor weapon now has some kind of chance for elemental effect, whether it be lightning, fire, or otherwise. And that does that's its own separate thing from elemental affinity or mods that you attach that do something similar. So, like, if you have a 5% chance to light something on fire that's built into the weapon, that doesn't how do I say it stacks with the other effects from a mod that you put on, like the fire flicker or the elemental affinity. All that stuff separate and stacks all together. So, are you asking for flaming zombies? Because Dominic could make flaming zombies.
I actually have
No.
fire element.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, I think we got everything, though.
It's kind of the system we were talking about for using dungeons, but we have definitely talked about making
Could we do a riff?
rifts.
We could. It's something that I actually I kind of forgot about, to be honest. Just before we started this, I had a way to automate riffs too, so staff didn't have to be on to start it or anything. It would just start at certain times and clean itself up. So yeah, I suppose we do riffs. Reward for what?
I'm guessing the riffs.
You can try to butter me up with that kiss all you want, Dan. It's not gonna work out for you. All right.
No.
Right. Reward for what? For riffs? I don't remember the riffs ever having a reward.
Every once in a while, we would give like people different items at the end, but
Let me think. Participation rewards. I mean, if staff's not on, it's not going to be an easily attainable thing anyway. I suppose we could have a tier list though for staff if they are on that. If X amount of people are on, issue this. There's probably a way to automate that. It would just be a little complicated, but yeah, I don't see why not. Increase the rewards, the amount of people, sure.
I mean, go all day.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, ask whatever.
Dev Succussion.
No time limit, so. Dev concussion. That's how I feel when I'm banging my head off the fucking wall, right? Some of this shit.
Okay, anything else before we wrap this thing up?
Hang on, Destro's asking me something.
Oh,
So he's asking about boss drops. The boss drops idea was only for D&D. We might look at putting it on the other ones. Because I have no issue, and I think everyone else has no issue with adding dungeons to the normal maps as well, in some aspects, just because they're neat.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe. Right now, it'll be first implemented on D&D, which again I feel like is coming very soon. So. Vehicle sizes are not possible. No. Nuke arrows. What?
think you made
Yeah,
it
if you
clear.
guys dress like a clown and ride on a tiny bicycle, I'll probably quit. I'll probably just leave the server. You won't even ever see me again. A Barbie Jeep, yes, of course.
There are 2 zombies that I want to get, because you're good at writing the stuff out from vanilla code. I need to figure out how to write out the soldier zombie and the demolition zombie.
Okay.
Because I figure they kind of break the immersion of the D&D server.
Yeah. So the demolition thing gives me an idea. So we can't change the vehicle sizes, but we can put in vehicles that have an extremely low amount of health and extremely high explosion. So we'll get you all in an arena, you smash each other, and on impact you just fucking explode. That would tickle me pink, personally, to watch. But
I like it.
exploding
What?
confetti? Maybe. A ranged mod for Life Suck. Yeah, so Duster brought the ranged mod for Life Suck. That's already made.
Yeah, that's part of
Comic has it
the.
already made.
It's part of the Pearl reward.
For ranged.
Was it only a melee? Oh yeah, no, it is only melee because we talked about it being a little too powerful for ranged.
Yeah, so that's
Code
going
is
to
still
be one of
there.
the end game or boss type things that we discussed before. Is there is going to be a ranged weapon that does the life suck, the vampire effect, which is vastly overpowered. There might be something currently on the servers that does the same thing, though. Cough, cough.
It's salty. He'll suck the life out of you, if you know what I mean.
Oh dear. This list is getting longer.
That's good.
Mhm.
See, has his typing. Welcome, Has. I don't think you were here earlier.
I missed the first thing we talked about because I was working on those things for you. The watermarking.
Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of fucking stupid, so I don't remember things.
Yeah, it was decreasing T6 to 450.
Yeah, 450. That way you guys actually have a chance to use it.
Thank you, Cord.
Thank you.
Dungeons are out completely. No, dungeons are not out. Dungeons are not out completely. The focus of dungeons right now is putting into D&D though, which is very, very simple to just carry over.
I'm guessing this is Destro.
Yeah, he's messaged me.
Sassy and I
Yeah.
are getting ready to start working on him. If you want to join us, just get with me.
Yeah, please do. More the merrier
We're,
on that.
we're gonna get the castle done. The castle done first, and then start working on it. Since we're already working on the castle, we should have it done within the next few days. Knee deep in the castle. Yeah, no kidding. DG is doing the quest for that, right?
Quest for what?
The D&D server.
Sure. I don't know if I'm gonna help him with it yet. Depends on how involved I get in the other stuff that I'm already working on. Sense a lot of drop mining for what, the dungeons? No, that's not gonna be possible. You're gonna build dungeons by hand. How does it work with underground spawning, like a prefab? Yeah, it's just gonna be spawned in. Whoever says you can't spawn undergrounds and a liar. And then they'll be T protected, so no one's gonna be able to break it.
The whole saving dirt with a prefab thing was just
Lazy.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just an excuse to make so people wouldn't save prefabs because there are inherent risks with spawning underground, but it's only if you spawn at bedrock.
Yeah. Which is something we've already talked about and considered for building the dungeons.
Yep.
Yeah, if you learned it was a problem at the other server, just take it as it wasn't.
I mean, I don't really blame them for making that rule. You have to
Yeah.
trust the people that are doing it.
Hi. Trustworthy individual here.
I believe there is some kind of odd issue too, where if you spawn something underground that has air blocks in it, stuff would defy structural integrity. Like you could literally just place dirt in the air and it would just hover there. Obviously, that's not a problem with us spawning in the stuff ourselves and maintaining it ourselves because no one's gonna be able to put anything in there anyway. But a lot of PRG's rules simplify staff training. Yeah, that's exactly right. You gotta trust who's doing it, and when you have large risks like people spawning into bedrock or wrapping or all that stuff, it's best just to avoid it. Like I said, I don't blame them for that, but it's not entirely true.
Have you and Post got together about the PvP discussion yet?
No.
Okay. I didn't know if you guys had spoke or not, so we could address it here or.
No, and if he's got time, I'm happy to sit down right after, since you are all here also, so we can all talk about it. Cool. Yeah, so for those of you still wondering about the PvP server or the PvPvE server, old Post here is probably going to be the lead on that once we kick it off and get going, because he's a lot more familiar with PvP and PvP players and what they like and what they want. So yes, it's still planned. Just one of the big things is we need to have a player base who actually wants to play on PvP.
I've got one of the old PRG PvPers that's been waiting for us to make one, so I at least have somebody that will play.
Yeah, and I know mindset's always like PvP. So
I know. I banned him earlier.
Well, you know what? Hold on. I'm pretty sure I put out a
Didn't really
poll
ban
for it.
him.
Okay, so 18 people said they're interested in a PvPvE server. Since I put up that poll about a week ago. Only 2 said they're not. Dominic being one of them. Oh no, Dominic started the thing. That's right. So
Yeah.
Dominic said both of them. Okay. So wait. Oh, mine said just wanted just PvP only. Well, sorry, man. 18 people said they want both.
He also reacted to PvPvE.
Oh, he did
Reacted
both.
to both. Yeah.
Oh, he just wants PvP.
Yeah,
Okay,
he puts it on everything. I made it so where people couldn't add reactions and announcements earlier because he just kept writing PvP. Quit it! You get out of here! I don't know who would do that, Courtney. It wasn't me. I was just doing it to mess with him.
And he saved rounds. Going once. Going twice. Okay, well. We appreciate y'all stopping by. I hope you got some stuff out of this that you didn't know before. Hope you're excited for things to come. As always, we'll do this again next month. I think we're planning on doing it the weekend after we wipe. That way you guys have a chance to explore some of the stuff and sort of figure out what's new on your own. That way you also have a chance to test everything out and you can bring your questions to this discussion. So I think that's how we're going to do it from now on, is the weekend after we wipe the servers. You guys get anything?
No.
Dominic?
Not that I can think of now.
You're welcome for being transparent, Ion.
All right, cool. Thanks for stopping by. That concludes it.
Give me all you've got if you're prepared to break the silence. I'll be out in the sunshine, running beside the lions. I've been feeling down, but I've been looking up, afraid to fall. God, I've been so down, can you pick me up? Don't let me fall. Can you show me how to fix this mess? I am down and on my knees and I may fall as I'm so close to the edge. Can you show me how to fix this mess? I am down and on my knees and I may fall as I'm so close to the edge. All my hope was fading away. I'm not gonna make it to the end of the day. I was lost until I found that I'm invincible.